Here we have linen stitch. This is a 2-row repeat worked on an even number of stitches. And I have 20 stitches here for this sample. This makes a really thick, dense fabric, and you can actually use larger needles than what your yarn calls for and still get a nice fabric. This is the front, and then this is the back. It looks like seed stitch, so you have two different looks from the same stitch, which would make a neat scarf, I think. And I also wanted to mention the instructions that I'm going to show you here. I've also seen this referred to as fabric stitch or sugarplum stitch. But then I've also seen a stitch called fabric stitch that's worked a little bit differently than this one here. So you have same names for stitches that are different. For this here, the first row, you're going to knit the first stitch, bring the yarn to the front of your work, slip the next stitch purlwise, and that's all you're going to do for row 1. You knit a stitch, bring the yarn forward, slip a stitch, yarn goes to the back so you're in position to knit, slip, knit, all the way across the row. So turning the work over for row 2. This time you're going to purl your first stitch. And if you notice, we ended on a slipped stitch. So your yarn is being brought over that slipped stitch and around. And you're making a purl stitch, so your yarn is in front. So that's going to hold your stitch in place there and give you a fairly neat edge. So purling the first stitch. Then you're going to take the yarn to the back of your work and slip a stitch. Yarn in front so you can purl. Yarn in back and slip. And then you just repeat those 2 rows for the pattern.